So look at what Paul is asking them in chapter 3. Galatians chapter 3. Look at what Paul is asking them. He says, "Oh, foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? Who has blinded you? Who has closed your mind not to obey the truth?" Miracles are so simple. So simple. It's just faith. Knowledge brings faith. Stepping out in faith brings the manifestation. You see that here. It explains it here. Okay? And it says in verse 2, "This I would ask you. Received you the Spirit by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith?" That means, did you get born again by the works of what I just explained? Did you get born again by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith? How did you get saved? It says, "Are you foolish to have begun in the Spirit?" So faith is walking in the Spirit, like we talked about last week. Are you foolish to have begun in the Spirit and now you are being perfected in the flesh? The flesh now is your sense and reason. So you are now looking at yourself and say, "Oh, I sinned yesterday. And because I sinned yesterday, therefore I'm not good enough to receive anything from God." And that becomes a standard against you. It becomes a barrier because you now doubt. You now feel unworthy. Think about this. Look at the disciples when they were with Jesus. In fact, beyond the disciples, look at everybody that received miracles from Jesus. How many of them were born again? Think about it. How many people were born again that received miracles? How many of them were righteous that received miracles from God? If you notice, all of them were in sin. All of them were sinners. Born again only came after Jesus resurrected. So born again only started after Jesus resurrected. So you find, therefore, that if it was about qualifying for miracles, what are miracles? Miracles are the love gifts. They are love gifts from God. Miracles are love gifts, the expression of God's love. Miracles is God showing love to you. And don't forget, Romans tells you that chapter 5, while we're yet sinners, Christ died for us. While you were yet sinners. So it's not your perfectness. I'm not saying live in sin. I'm saying sin has been dealt with by Jesus. And because sin has been dealt with, in fact, I will show you the legal basis, the legal side of miracles. There's a legal side to it. Otherwise, nobody qualifies for it. Don't forget, in the Old Testament, none of them was born again. But they lived every day seeing miracles. So it is not about you being perfect or you being qualified. We'll see it when we get to verse 5. It's about you believing God and entering into it. We need to position, absolutely, Mama. You need to position yourself to attract the attention of Jesus. Absolutely. And what attracts the attention of Jesus? Your faith. You remember the story? Mama is bringing up the story of the blind. What did he do? He heard Jesus was there. He started to shout, "Son of David, have mercy on me. Son of David, have mercy on me." And Jesus stopped. Everybody around that person says, "Keep quiet." And the Bible says he shouted some more. What was it bringing attention to him? His faith, his persistence, his desire, his determination, his expectation. And Jesus stopped and they brought him and says, "What do you want?" He says, "that I may receive my sight." So your attitude towards God, your faith attitude towards God is the biggest magnet.